ever get here fast enough.
If people would stop poking their noses into every unexplored biome in the galaxy, perhaps we'd have a little less work to do.
If they haven't rushed me back, means it can't be that bad, right?
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the Colony War. The pirates used them as forward operating bases, all over the settled systems.
I'm here for research, not treatment. If that's what you're looking for, you'll need to speak to someone else. There's simply too much to do to allow me to just stand about conversing with you. I apologize.
Need to make sure those samples get disposed of. How does she expect me to get all this done by myself?
Warning. This unit does not possess advanced surgical capabilities.
Just 1 week without something weird. On your step.
I have performed a cursory scan of your vital signs. You are currently alive. Permitted to perform medical practices.
There's such a mountain of work, I could really use a hand. Whatever you do, don't let anyone in here sneeze on you. That happens, we can't let you leave. It's really a matter of safety, believe it or not. The types of things we work with here. Let's just say you wouldn't want them spreading on a populated planet. In here, we're all nice and isolated, just in case. Not the most comforting thought, but it's the truth. Tending physician, I'm new here, so really what I do is watch Dr. Darvish's every move and try to imitate it. Sounds a lot less impressive when I say it out loud. Couldn't call ourselves a premier medical facility if we didn't have the supplies to back it up. Take a look. Oh, well, that's appreciated. There really isn't anything you're qualified to do in here. No offense, of course. But, I do have some data requests from other facilities in the settled systems. Everyone always wants to know what we're up to.
Usual courier's been less than reliable lately, so if you could get this slate where it needs to go, that would help us, and put a few credits in your pocket.
Take care of yourself.
never a dull moment.
A couple of years on duty here, and anyone would be qualified to run any other hospital in the settled systems. Are you the courier? You're not really supposed to be back here. You can just drop the delivery off by the docking port, and someone will take care of it.
Aren't you curious? It could be something amazing.
Well, sure. We can't afford to run low on supplies. Never know what kind of medical emergency might pop up at any moment.
To do without worrying about it.
Well, then you won't have Dr. Darvish breathing down your neck, at least. But, well, we're not really set up for having folks just milling about in here. It is a medical facility, after all. If you could just do your best to steer clear of the doctors while they work and not interrupt things, I'd really appreciate it. And if you need anything, I'm right here, okay? Nurse supervisor, dear. I'm the one who takes care of all the doctors, as well as the patients. The more I can look after, the more the doctors can focus on patient diagnosis and treatment. Every role here is important. Oh, sometimes, sure. Somebody walks in or is dragged in with something we haven't seen before. You best believe it's all hands on deck. Have to find out if it's lethal or contagious, or both. I used to. I think we all did to some degree when we started working here. But really, how does worrying help when you've got people to treat? It just gets in the way. It can be, yes. But we've all learned to live with it. If we didn't do this, who knows how many lives would be lost. It's harder on the newer folks, that's for sure. You take that Dr. Salvato, nice man, but he's a little on the skittish side. He's a good doctor, but just needs a little more confidence, you know? Mm-hmm. Only been here a year or so, which isn't much compared to some of us. Oh, aren't you a dear? No, he'll do just fine. He just needs some time. Actually, now that we're talking about this, I wanted to do something nice for him. Give him a little pick-me-up. I overheard something about a meal he hadn't had in a long time. Thought maybe if I could deliver one to him, it'd be a nice gesture. You think you could help with that? Aren't you just the sweetest? You know that Don's Roost restaurant in New Atlantis? The fancy one? Dr. Salvato was talking about the synth liver pate. Said he'd never forget it. You bring me a plate and I'll make sure we brighten up his day.
I'll kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
These poor people. I can't imagine suffering from something no one understands. It must be terribly frightening for them.
Need to make sure those files are backed up.
I'd rather not have you in here. Excuse me, but this is my private room.
Definitely. Doctors still don't know when we'll be okay to leave. That I am. Lucky to be alive, apparently. Me and my brother here have been patients for going on, what, 4 or 5 months now? Good Lord. I, being the stronger and smarter one, am recovering quickly. Still sick as a dog, but the doctors let me roam around to visit my infirm brother here. He was in a coma for months. He's only now making some sort of recovery. This genius brother of mine was begging me to go on a hike with him on Aquila. He's a real outdoorsy type, you know. Now, being a man of letters, I didn't want to go, but he just kept yapping. So, we go on this hike, right? We don't know where the hell we're going. Well, we got lost, stranded with no food or water. I told him to pack food and water, but the fool forgot. Well, we start scavenging for some food to sustain us, and we come across this thing, like a plant, but I don't know what the hell the damn thing was. Looked tasty enough, so we ate it. Well, the damn thing nearly killed us both. Turns out, we weren't even that far from the city, so we were found by some passerby, and here we are. We got real lucky. Oh, we weren't even that desperate. We had 3 meals that day, and I was cramping because we didn't wait long enough after supper to take the hike. But when you're out there in the wilderness, you can't pass up a single calorie. You must engorge yourself whenever able. I read that in a book. Well, I think it's all right, seeing as how my brother and I would be dead if we never came here. Doctors are nice enough, treatments aren't too bad, and food's all right. That doesn't mean I'm not counting down the days until we can leave. I'm itching to go back home. Take care now.
Oh, hey, buddy, I'm kinda suffering here. Can you leave me be? Oh, God. I never should have eaten that, whatever it was. Oh.
Hey there.
Dr. Darvish is really strict about keeping supply logs. We can't afford a shortage of anything. I'm just a nurse. If you need to talk to someone in charge, wrong guy.
Really sure.
Oh, we're not really supposed to talk about that kind of thing. Doctor-patient confidentiality and all that. Dr. Darvish is pretty strict about that. Well, about everything, but definitely that. Oh, sure. Everyone is really great. Top of their game, medically speaking. I've learned so much these last few years. I try not to take any of it for granted. This career, helping people, it really means something. Back to work, then.
Pain's not too bad today. The treatments were fine, but the food? Oh, heavens.
You know, just by breathing the air in here, you are being exposed to about a dozen different viruses. I'm kidding. Probably. Every new alien pathogen we discover is just a little more job security. Gotta look on the bright side, right?
You'd be surprised how many times I have to argue that we prioritize tech updates. Well, maybe you would. Well, yeah, somebody has to. It's great medical care, but not the latest in support tech. Funding only goes so far, and most of it's prioritized for keeping patients alive. And there's still a lot of outdated UC tech behind the walls that needs interfacing, so I stay plenty busy.
First couple of years at the hardest, for sure. Getting used to it is an accomplishment in and of itself.
You know, I used to. Then I realized I could catch something just about anywhere. And if I did, this would be about the safest place in the galaxy to be. So, I feel like it kind of all evens out. We're still here after all this time, so it's not apocalyptic. I can't complain too much. I like the job security, and I get to help people. At least, indirectly. Oh, you're not familiar? I'll give you the quick version. UC built the station back in 2194. It was outside of their established territory, which caused a bit of a disagreement and a bit of a war. And after what I think most people would agree was much too long a period of time, the war ends. One of the terms was the station was handed over to the Free Star Collective. Huh. Never really thought about it that way. Guess you're right. Although, is that really irony? I feel like I don't really understand what qualifies. So since then, the clinic's been under Free Star Collective control. Over 100 years now, I think. Over time, it started to focus more on weird things. People picked up on all sorts of planets and space expeditions, became known for it, and now focuses on it almost exclusively. And here we are today, carrying on that work. Actually makes me feel kind of proud when I lay it all out like that. Well, yes, it's great medical, and there's still a lot of... Well, then I'd be out of a job, wouldn't I? You're not entirely wrong, though. But someone would have to convince Dr. Darvish it was a priority, and I gave up on that effort years ago. Get out of here before you catch something. Just kidding. Sort of.
Holding up.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Really, you don't need to worry. I've got a year under my belt, and
First couple of years at the hardest, for sure. Getting used to it is an accomplishment in and of itself. You catch my Ben nodding off. Give him a good smack for me. The man
I couldn't
means
tell you
well,
the
but
last
he's
time
just
I
so
wasn't
tired.
breathing recycled air. New-ish. I've only been here a year, which, well, when you compare it against Dr. Darvish's career, it's not much, is it? I'm thrilled to have the opportunity, but it's been an adjustment. Very few cases here are simple, and most of them are medical emergencies. I guess that depends on what you consider a break. We get some time to ourselves. We're not on call all the time, but we're never that far away from it either. Now that I think about it, I haven't actually left the clinic since I got the job. I actually hadn't really noticed. No, not really. This is my home now. The people here are wonderful, and the work we're doing is incredibly important. That's what really matters. I guess that we get some time. Now that I think... Sure, if you're the kind of person who deals well with it, not everyone does. I've seen a few colleagues need to leave after a few months. But I get it. If you can't deal with the circumstances, you're not going to be doing your best work. Okay, then.
Can't let you through here.
Not exactly a hotbed of criminal activity here. is it? Well, that suits me fine. Between you and me, this place sees some weird cases. Gross ones, too. Well, you'd be guessing correctly then. Even if there was some kind of trouble, which there almost never is, Freestar Security would handle that. Truth is, this post is what you might call ornamental in nature. Ever since the clinic came under Freestar collective control, there's been a ranger here. I reckon it's to serve as a reminder who's in charge of this place. I'm just here to keep the peace. You need medical help, I'm the last person you want to talk to. Well, let's see now. I joined up in 2292, so that'd be 38 years now? Damn. Hard to believe, now that I think about it. Almost 40 years. There ain't been many Rangers who served that long, I can promise you that. Well, offhand, I can only think of two. Cassie Hickson made it to 42 years before she caught a bullet from one of them Shaw gang boys. He got himself all liquored up at Aggie's. That's over in Aquila City. Started using the passers-by for target practice. Then there was old Rusty Ortega. Had a good run of 52 years and retired to a farm on Montara Luna. Passed away just a few years back. I suppose I don't think much about it, but when I stop to count the years, well, they sure do add up. Worst I usually have to deal with is folks work. Well, let's see. Damn. Hard to... There ain't been many Oh, I suppose it does cross my mind from time to time. I reckon I'll hang them up here in the next few years, but I like the work. Gives me something to do. I suppose I don't think much about it, but when I stop to count the years, well, they sure do add up. Worst I usually have to deal with is folks worried. Well, let's see. Damn. There ain't been many. Oh, hell, nothing much happens around here anyway. But if you're saying I ain't exactly fit to go chasing after pirates and smugglers, I won't argue with you. That's why I'm stationed here instead of Neon or Aquila. I suppose I don't think much about it, but when I stop to count the years, well, they sure do add up. Between you and me, this place sees some weird cases. Gross ones, too. Well, let's see. Damn. There ain't been many Oh, thank you kindly. I've enjoyed the work, and I'm proud to serve. I suppose I don't think much about it, but when I stop to count the...
You had a chance to talk to Dr. Cassidy. Really fun guy. Dry humor, though. So dry. I'd almost think he's non-existent.
Never a dull moment.
It's a grav drive. I literally can't get here any faster.
Saw your ship come in. Nice ride.
Unless this is about the clinical trials I scheduled for later in the year. You may wish to speak.
Nice hat.
I'm probably fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, let's get this crate into space.
We're free and clear for flight. landing initiated. Watch for flaring.
done. go searching then. Make it quick. I suppose they're not going to need it anymore.
going to end you!
Yeah. Don't look at me like that. I heard something. I know it.
Come on! Let's do this!
Might as well take what we can.
Carrying enough clutter there, or should we find some more?
too many odds and ends. Time to let
God's sake, drop some of that rubbish already. Recycled air. Just isn't the same as the real thing.
I'm reminded of the importance of Constellation's contributions to exploration.
Barrett makes it back to us. I know he gets into trouble all the time, and everyone just sort of accepts he'll be fine, but still. I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects. Great, let's see what you have. Great, let's see what you... Stay safe, okay?
Okay, that's it. Time to sell some of your junk. necessary for you to drag around all that gear. What can I help you with? I'll only carry the good stuff. Just kidding. So long.
got anything? Need to offload? Trade authority. Please always buy. Kiosk right here for you.
Yeah, what is it? Have something for me? Bye for now.
It is pleasant to see you.
Get up and get going. We've got the stars to explore. Glad to haul whatever you need.
Goodbye.
Greetings, Captain.
All that junk you're hauling is seriously slowing you down. Here, I have something for you. Oh, you're incorrigible. I picked it up on one of our latest planetary expeditions. I'm more than just an extra gun, you know. I'm just pleased I get to utilize some of my old field collecting skills. It's been a while. Check back with me from time to time after we return from our planetary jaunts. If I pick anything up, it's all yours. You are the soundest sleeper I've ever seen.
Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results. Good day, Captain. I am ready to commence a trade. Let me know if I can be of assistance in the future.
We should move on.
Lifting off now. Stay in orbit or jump. Your call. Grav jump complete.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. And we're done. Enjoy Sidonia.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
Something you need? Actually, yes, I do. Here you are. Maybe another time.
Civilians like you should keep to the city interior.
I've heard you've been making the settled system safer. It's not much, but take this.
Look at this place. I can't imagine being cramped down here, choking on the fumes and the dust. No trees, no grass. It's depressing.
Ever been to Aquila? Those security uniforms are way cooler than anything we've got.
Stolen from Galbank.
Oh, I swear the next gobshite miner who walks in here fancying me for lack of better options is gonna need enhanced to put their face back together.
Let me guess. You're here because you were working a cutter, accidentally nipped your thumb off, and you need me to reattach it again? Well, that's a relief. So, what is it then? Some other workplace accident? Crushed toes? Nasty abrasion? Frostbite? Sorry. I tend to think the worst, since the overwhelming majority of my patients come here to treat entirely preventable accidents. I know it's my job to help people, and I love doing it, but I do wish they'd be a little more careful down in the mines. I'm Dr. Flynn. What can I do for you today? I've often wondered why myself. I've got some theories. From what I hear, the equipment's supposedly not in the best shape, so that's part of it. But I also happen to know the miners can get very competitive, since their bonuses are determined by how well they exceed their quotas. So that leads to a bunch of meatheads going out of their way to avoid following safety precautions and taking shortcuts to squeeze out a little extra job performance. It's bollocks, that's what it is.
Bollocks! Is that how I come off now? Work's getting to me, I suppose. It's just... You see, no one on this bloody planet seems to follow basic safety precautions. It's always, Dr. Flynn, reattach me arm, or help me with this frostbite. Well, maybe if you took the time to properly dress yourself for the outside, you wouldn't be losing your fingers, you idiot. Sorry for the rant, just for a change, I'd rather be treating the common cold, and not some horrific yet entirely preventable accident. You know, I've been saying that going on 10 years now. You'd think I'd take me own advice, open up my own practice on a nice, safe world, maybe settle down with someone. I'd be much happier, for sure. But the truth is, the pay is exceptional here, and all these careless idiots keep me busy. Maybe it's enough to stay with it and retire early instead. Additional data's always welcome. Appreciate it. Well, you're not missing a limb or bleeding out on me floor, so I'm happy to help. Take care.
Howdy.
Deimos Staryards acknowledges the efforts of its citizens to make our city a happy and productive place of work. Thank you for your daily contributions to our prosperity.
You got the look of a miner about you. Maybe when the new contracts finally open up, you'll give it a go. Welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor, mining director for the Deimos mining project here in scenic underground Sidonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat, so long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose. Oh, that! Oh, nothing to worry about. We do fracking on Mars with subterranean particle detonations. Those announcements are just to let people know when to expect them. Now, you probably felt the rumble when the detonations actually go off. That's all it is. Not too bad, eh? Basically, it's high-tech mining. We use immensely powerful controlled particle detonations deep underground to loosen up subterranean gases and other difficult-to-gather resources so we can harvest them. Sounds way more dangerous than it is. Probably. Actually, it's still pretty dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Oh, come on, mate. It's perfectly safe. We're miles away, so all we get is a little jiggle now and again. Just make sure to hold the railing when going downstairs and you'll be fine. Yep, that's me. Joined up with Deimos when I was just 17 as a mining gopher. Go for this, go for that, you know how it is. I worked hard, proved myself capable, and got the promotion to mining director about 6 years ago, after the old boss retired. Some of the older guys resent me, but I give everyone a lot of leeway as long as they meet their quotas. So that keeps them happy enough. Not so bad for one of the oldest mines in the settled systems. We struggle with the lack of decent equipment, but we work hard and make up for it. As I'm sure you know, we're responsible for supplying resources to Deimos Star Yards, which in turn is responsible for supplying UC naval vessels. That, among other major projects, makes us one of the United Colony's most important mining operations. The prestige and pay that comes with it almost makes up for being stationed at the arse end of the settled systems in the middle of nowhere. Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah, unfortunately all our mining contracts are filled right now. Unless, maybe you could help me out with a job. Off the books. Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas, and we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though. Okay, glad you're still on board. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some ore. One standard quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first. Don't you think I want to? Corporate sets the contracts and they're not giving out anymore, so we work with what we've got. Something to do with insurance, benefits, and other liabilities, so I don't make the rules. When you've got enough, Drop it off in the bin over there for processing. Then come see me.
Caution. Prepare for today's final subterranean particle detonation. Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of unforeseen tremors. Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you shooting at flies now?
I can't imagine being stuck down here gathering rocks for a living when there's an entire universe to explore.
For the remainder of the day. Detonation to resume tomorrow morning.
Okay. I can see you're serious about helping me. Great. Now, the next part is a little trickier. Our Director of Mining Operations, Peter Brennan, fired his last assistant over a month ago. Peter's the only one who can approve the order for new equipment, and unfortunately, he's useless without an assistant. I think I've got a surefire way for you to get that job. Then you, as his assistant, can get him to sign off on the approval. You don't think I've tried? Like I said, the guy is literally useless without his assistant. I don't even know if he knows how to actually use a computer. And everything Deimos does is so mired in bureaucracy because of their contracts with the UC. Which means, unfortunately, we need to do all the things by the book if we want them done at all. We just need you to take the job until we get the approval signed. Then you can quit, keep it, or do whatever. It's not as bad as it sounds. Worst case scenario, you may have to go fetch some stuff for him and go over his messages. It'll be easy, I promise. Now hold on, it's not that easy. You'll need to apply for it like anyone else. Head to the Deimos Star Yard's office up in orbit to fill out the application. It's where that job is posted. Come back and see me when you've done that, and we'll talk about how to secure the position for you.
You're jumping through a lot of hoops to get those miners the equipment that they need.
Man, Sardonia blows. What? Standing around pointing a cutter at some rocks all day? It sucks. But it's easy, so whatever. Way better than my last job at Chunks, though. My story? My story is that I don't like people asking what my story is. I'm just messing! But really, I don't want to talk about myself. Smell you later.
Sorry, I don't really have much to say.
Didn't think we had any new miners on account of the positions being full up. Oh, I wasn't worried. Concerned, maybe. Because we haven't had any positions open for a while. And some friends of mine were turned away recently. I just want to make sure nothing funny was going on. Anyway, I'm Layla. When I'm not mining, I'm tinkering with Gnome, our unofficial mascot. I fill that computer brain of his with all sorts of nonsense and announcements. Of course, if you're here to chat, I'm always happy to talk shop. Especially if you're interested in talking about the heart of Mars. This is only my second contract, so I think I've been here for, 4 years now. It's great. I love it here. I'm working on getting those red eyes that are all the rage these days, you know. You'll hear a lot of these other chumps complaining about Sidonia. They say it's boring or dangerous or whatever. Look, I come from an ice planet. These people have no idea what they're talking about. Sidonia is practically paradise compared to where I grew up. Very funny. Who sent you to ask? Was it Rivka? No, she seems to know what she's doing. I bet it was Hank, wasn't it? He always acts like he's top dog, but we all know he couldn't mine his way out of a wet paper bag. Yes. I remember that about you. You must work for a rival company. Well, if you think I'm going to divulge trade secrets, you got another thing coming. No, don't worry. I won't report you to management. We've all been there. But I'm not going to help you either. I like this job. I don't have any intention of losing it over something like this. Yeah. Gnome's been down here forever. He's also been broken forever. Can't actually walk or do work, and we don't have it in the budget to fix him. No one's had the heart to junk him, but when I started, I gave him new purpose. I programmed him to tell us local news and announcements. I modeled his responses after my own sarcastic sense of humor. It proved to be popular, so I did what any aspiring comedian would do and gave him a bunch of stupid jokes to tell. People love it. Or at least that's what they say. Why? I mean, who wouldn't want cool blood red eyes? It's kind of a badge of honor thing around here. People know you're hot stuff when you got red eyes. Also, it freaks people who don't know about them. Except for little kids. They always seem to think it's awesome. Either way, it makes for fun social gatherings. Oh, so you're interested in the heart of Mars, are you? Word is there's a cave out in the Martian waste with a gleaming node of the purest titanium ore you've ever seen. It's worth quite a lot of credits, but some say the heart of Mars is cursed. Hundreds have gone in search of it, never to return. And every one of them met a grisly fate. Maybe, just maybe, you could be the first to succeed, though. You know, if you think you got what it takes. No judgment if you're too scared. Fair question. I'm not really the adventurous type, to be honest. And frankly, I don't need the money. So, I don't really feel the need to involve myself with the prospect of a potentially deadly cursed chunk of titanium. Because in Roman mythology, Mars was the god of war. His heart is cold, but tough like titanium. One of the miners started calling it that long ago, and the name stuck. Seems fitting enough. What? No. I mean, maybe the cursed part isn't real, but who am I to say? Look, I told you what I know. You can either choose to believe me or not. All I can say is that if you manage to find it and avoid the curse, you'll be a legend around here. know, cursed rocks and all. I don't know for sure if it's really cursed, but it's probably still dangerous out there, so be careful. I'll give you location of the cave. Good luck. Leaving already?
People always want to know about my past.
Hey,
It's in the
you know
past
why they
for a
call this the
reason.
Red
Must be
Planet?
up there.
Because it's not a moon! Thank you. I'll be here all week. Very funny. Who sent... No, he always acts... Hey! Wait. Seriously? Did you just set me up for that? Wow. Harsh. In that case, I definitely don't want to share my secrets. No. He always act... I knew it. Listen, don't let him in on it. He tends to get real mad. I think he's self-conscious about his performance. And that goes for more than mining, if you know what I mean. Yeah, okay. Bye. I heard they found another new freshwater deposit in one of the mines. So much better. The pay was ridiculous.
Oh, how are you? Hope nothing bad happens today. No. Oh, I mean, was that too frank? I don't know. I mean, the job pays well, but it's dangerous and hard work. I hurt myself a lot, too. I'm definitely looking forward to my contract being up so I can leave. But I don't really know what I'll do after. Man, this is all so stressful. Well, I guess I am. The thing is, I get injured on the job a lot. Nothing too serious. I've lost a few fingers and toes and stuff. And, well, I have to go see Dr. Flynn a lot for treatment. I'm pretty sure she's annoyed and sick of seeing me. I don't blame her. I've been thinking about writing her a letter of apology, but I have no idea where to even start. I don't want to come across as weird or annoying. Stay safe.
Please keep prolonged showers and
Sidonia can have a depressing effect on some people.
Thank you from the Sidonia Geforce.
Careful placing that sensor. I've only got the one.
Careful, we're working on some delicate stuff around here.
Found a clutch of heat leeches, breeding in the utility section the other day. Not going to be able to get that image.
I'd love to take a vacation. Stay healthy.